Good morning. It is Monday again, start of a new week. So plans for this week. I'm just moving a few of the cars out the barn because I need to get the caravan out. Because ideally I want to go away in it in 4 or 5 weeks and it's nowhere near ready yet. So we really need to crack on with that. Over the weekend I've been out in the Jag. It's made me realise what a lovely car that is, and really do I need many other cars. I've started thinking about maybe I should sell things, including the Mini. That's been sat there over a year. Should I put a ticket on it, sell it as it is? Should I repair it, get it all done? I don't know. Probably ain't worth a great deal of money like that. The BRM Turbo. I drive it like a buffoon when I'm in it. Because it's quick and makes nice noise, turbo noises, I tend to drive it like a bit of a bell end. So, should I get rid of that? I don't know. There's the Metro rear engine project. Doesn't owe me anything now because of the I sold the VAG engine out of it, but could I move it on? Am I ever going to get it done? I've just bought that Mini, haven't I? I've always fancied a little Mini. That's going to be a bit of a tool, but a rear engine Metro is going to be a bit leery. You know, I'm getting on now. Do I really want to be a mid-40s-year-old man driving around in something like that? I don't know. All things I'm trying to think about. The MGF, I don't think I'll get a nicer one than that, so that will probably stay. The white turbo, again, last time I looked a few years ago, there was apparently only 7 of them left. There's probably less now, I don't know. You know, I don't think I'll get rid of that. I've had it too long. You know. BRM Turbo. Love it, as I say. Drive it like an idiot. Needs a lot of body work and bits doing to it. Should I sell it as a project? Doesn't really owe me anything. Anyway, stop waffling. I'm still waiting on the gearbox. It's gone missing on the Kia. I found another one for sale, so I'm in the process of trying to get my money back on the other one because the seller has actually said that Tufnells have lost it. I don't know. The mezzanine, obviously last week's video. I'm now trying to find a staircase for it, and then I'll need to drill holes and make sure everything's bolted down properly before starting on that. So, but for today, while I wait for the whole gearbox scenario to pan out for the Kia, I found another one in Peterborough that I want to try and go and get tomorrow if I can get the other one confirmed as lost today. So while I'm sort of pottering about today, it's time to get the Caravan out and do a bit more strippage on that because I really need it done. I've been invited away for several weekends with friends and it would be nice to get away. So, right, let's get cracking. I'm in the BRM. I've got to move it. So, it hasn't been used for a while, even though it's taxed. Maybe I'll take it home today. Fire's on the button, look. Oh, I don't know. Right, well, we've begun stripping. I know I've stripped out quite a bit before, but we're now trying to strip and clear. I am worried about a few bits. As you can see, where that vent is, the bit below it has all started rotting. It's all a bit naff there and there. The problem is I can't pull all this off because the insulation is stuck to it. So as you can see here, to pull the board off, I've got to do a little bit at a time and I'll be here forever. So, yeah. I mean, obviously it's only an alley frame with small bits of wood anyway. So my thought process is either, oh, I haven't stripped this side yet. I'm obviously clearing this side so I can move some of these bits forward. So my thought process is either to clean this up as best I can and then either put a frame up and lose about an inch, you know, put like a stud wall or as such, or my friend has said maybe the best thing to do would be get some marine ply and just stick it straight to this. And then obviously that will strengthen it all right up because if it's decently cut and put together, it should be quite tough. So we'll see. First things first is I'm stripping all the floor and that out and seeing what we've got left. I need to try and pull this water heater out. It is broken anyway. I think it did work, but it's so old. And when I was trying to get the pipe undone, it just snapped off there anyway. So I might put all this out. and we'll look at piping options. That's obviously the water pump there, but to be fair, that probably needs updating anyway. It's probably exceptionally old. So yeah, so you can see that bit on the roof is also a little bit worse for wear. I mean, it's not, well, I'll say it's not rotten. I mean, it isn't great. Someone has put another bit in there previously, but yeah, I don't know. I think I'll either go with my mate's suggestion of boarding over it, or I'll get someone to come and have a look and decide what they think. The roof, I'm not sure what to do with yet, whether to pull it all down or again board over it. I'd imagine it's going to be the same sort of, well, I can see from here, I suppose. It's the same sort of, that's the alley skin on the outside, and it's got the same thing on there, and obviously it's been boarded over before, so yeah, I don't know. We'll concentrate on getting the floor clear. At least that way it can be cleaned up and the new flooring can go down, and we've got somewhere to work with. If we can get it right to the edges and obviously seal it all in, then we can start putting the walls over the top. So, right, I'm going to move this lot. Right, well, pulled the bed out, pulled the floor up. You can see why it's getting a bit damp in that corner and in that corner, because you can see daylight. Where in the past it's been reversed and hit things, including myself, I have tried to back it in my barn and just clipped a post, so that's going to need something doing with it. I've cut all the fuses off the lights because you couldn't get to it with the bed there anyway, so I'll rewire all those with 13-pin cable and then run that underneath the van as opposed to through it. So yes, here we are. I mean, that board has started to go anyway, and plus we're going to block off that window because when you're in bed you can see your bum through the window, so we'll paint that black and board over it. So this back wall needs to come off as well, really, so I will do that job next. The saving grace is it's not actually too bad underneath. Everything looks clean, tidy and rot free. So I mean, I don't know how well this will come out because I'm lying underneath trying to pull the wires out, but the rest of it actually looks quite good under here, so at least it's a decent basis to start from, or create from, let's say. So as the Kia has been done and just needs a few road miles, I thought I'd take a little look at the Mini. It'll be the first time I've had it up on the lift and see what horrors are underneath, because, you know, I didn't get under it really. I saw one hole in the seal, but I haven't obviously climbed under it and looked at the floor pan, so see what terror awaits. I'm hoping it's not as bad as that one, but we'll see. Obviously I bought it on trust that a lot of work had been done, that it still needs a little bit, so we'll see how much that little bit is. Here we go. Okay, well, it ain't too bad. What have we got? First off, we've got an oil leak. Looks like it's coming from the actual sump nut. So we'll check that. But at least we've got an engine and gearbox, which didn't before. Obviously got a ball joint gator that's gone there. Disc brakes on the front. Some shocks, obviously these all need renewing. Good ridge lines on the front. Yep. Floor pan this side, quite good. We do have that hole there, which we need to rectify. So what's that? Passenger side. Just behind the point. Well, that's not too bad up there. So we could technically cut that one out. We have holes in the floor, which I presume are for the seats that were in it, so we'll have to check that. Back end here, obviously drums. All looks normal under here. Centre exit Jan speed, is it? Oh no, Maniflow. Obviously the battery box has been welded before. I mean, we can clean that up. Right, so this side is where it's had the new floor and quarter. So, I mean, the welding don't look too bad. We'll have to grind it all back and paint it all. And obviously we've got the all new seal on this side and the new quarter on this side. I mean, I don't know how it's supposed to be put on, whether that's right. Well, this is the original. So the rear beam mount is exposed, it ends there. Obviously that's had a patch on it before. So it ends in the right place. It just all needs a good clean up and a paint, I think. So it ain't too scary under there. It's not too bad. Obviously this has been played with in here. The bottom of the wing's gone. So we need to see what we've got. We have got a front end up there, so I have to see whether we've got that bottom corner of the wing. See if that can help save this one. Right, so let's have a little look at that sump nut. Get some oil in it and just see if we can get it to fire up. So I've emptied out the Mini. Oh, wrong way. So I've got quite a few bits here. I've got several arches. Obviously that must be heater, vents type thing. Grill, decent steering wheel instead of the mini one that's in there. Mini one, tiny one I mean. And this box of bits. So let's have a little shifty through and see what we got. Right, so I know not all of this is mini because I don't know what else we've got in here. It looks like we've got a K-series exhaust manifold. Probably a ZR or something. Sunroof switch. Again, filler cap. Lock, which won't be anything to do with the Mini. But we've got mini wiper arms. We've got this bracket here, whatever this is. And this one. We've got a jack. Some canister there, I don't know what that is. That's obviously the washer bottle. We've got one set of headlight bowls and a couple of H4 non-sealed lenses. We've got 2 coils there, but we've got one on the engine already. Some light fittings. This little bracket or flange thing, I don't know what that is. We've got rear lights with some clear covers, spotlights, fog light. I'm guessing that's a suspension horn thing. We've got some new bushes here, which say subframe tower. Another bracket here, don't know what that is. Some seals, we've got dash clocks. I presume it's for a later one because this has got the single center dash. Some other stuff here. Mini side window sills. We've got a chrome trim of some kind there for something. Guessing that goes across the top of the grill. We've got a box of miscellaneous stuff in there. A badge, some other bits here. That looks like possibly a boot handle gasket. Oh yeah, we have got a boot handle here. We've got the tank, obviously. We've got a number plate, some more rear lights. We've got the other original window that's stamped with the registration, and we've also got some opening ones. So I'm guessing they were going to have opening rear quarters. I'll probably just put the standard ones in. A stop lock, the wiper motor, as I say, several arches, some heater boxes type thing there, and this is just took. So we've got a few bits here. So I suppose the question is, start putting some lights and stuff in it and trying to work out wiring, and when the battery turns up we can see what we've got. Right, next. So we've got one light in here already. I know it's like a black hole, but there is some wiring there. This one hasn't got one in, but there's wiring here again. Obviously the boot handle's missing. We can get that on. Oh, we haven't got bumpers, have we? That's something we're missing. So yeah, we need to put, obviously, where this has been out. It's got no seal in it. So what we're probably going to do with this is try and rub it down. I'm not a paint guy. I have no idea how to do paint. But if I rub it down, I might even give it to my neighbour and get him just to blast some colour on it. Can't be that difficult. He says, not being a painter. There's the inside. As you can see, we've got this little steering wheel. I'll probably take this out and put the other original one back in. We've got the centre clock there, and obviously all this is open, so I don't know what this would have been. Again, I'm not a mini guy. We've got some horrible Momo pedals there. They've got to come off. Handbrakes all in situ. Seat belts are all here. Door cards, door bins, they're all there. We've got a rear seat. We haven't got a front seat. And yeah, obviously the wiper motor is missing from the car, but as you've just seen, it's over there. We've got a sports coil and some red leads, and obviously no headlights or front indicators. We've got various wiring here. I presume they might be something to do with it. There's no plugs in there. That's where that big hose goes, I presume, through here into the vents, into the car. Yeah, the rads here. We have got a fan, right, run by the engine. I've just took this off because obviously it looks like it has been spilling over. So hopefully we don't have any issues there. I need to fill it with some water. Yeah. So it's just a matter of now, I suppose, putting it together and seeing what we've got. Just put it together with what we have for now, see which works, see what doesn't, and then go from there. But obviously we've got to get some kind of paint on the bits that aren't painted. Oh, there's some mirrors over there as well, which obviously aren't on. So I don't know whether just to blast it with some primer and just rattle can it at the moment, just to kind of protect it, so at least we can get it out on the road and see what it's like. I've got to get some seam sealant, some underseal, and do all that underneath. Yeah, it's pretty much all here. It just all depends if it runs and drives, I suppose. I'm going to order some oil, order a battery, order a filter and a new sump plug, and then we'll have to see if it'll fire. Oh, and we've obviously got to put the fuel tank back in, and I think this is all new fuel line because there's part of a roll of it. So hopefully it's all been done, but I will have another look before I obviously fire it up. So the Mini's up in the air and I've gone a bit crazy with the seam sealer. I wire wheeled down there all the seams up and all the welds, so they're back to bare, and then put loads of seam sealer on. So give this a couple of hours to dry and we can put some underseal on the bottom half, and then we can start looking at the top half. All right, there we go. And the underneath is all seam sealed and stone chipped. So we haven't got to worry about this under here anymore. That's all pretty much done. So now we've got to work on the top side. I'm going to leave this to dry for an hour or so, and then I will put the wheel back on and put the ramp back where it needs to be and bring it down and start debating what to do at the top. And obviously I haven't forgotten that there's a hole in this side, and this whole side needs cleaning up and doing, but I can't weld at the minute, obviously, so I need to just do the bits I can and move on. So I'll come back to this side. So I'm rummaging through the top shelf, and not in that kind of way. So this is the load of spares I've got for a Mini from the other two that I stripped. We've got a heater box there, steering rack, steering columns, gear selectors, tank, glass, boot lid. I've got doors next door, various lights, bits and pieces, looms. Some of these aren't mine, but they've been left with me, so I don't quite know whether I'm keeping them or what. There's a friend of mine a few years ago who had to clear out their storage space, and they had a few Minis, but I haven't seen them for a long time, so I don't know if they want any of it back. And to be fair, I can't remember which is theirs and which isn't. I know that gear selector bit isn't mine, so I'm not sure, but we're not going to need many of these bits because we've got a load. But at least I can rummage it if I need to. Oh look, here's a twin clock thing. I've got one of them surrounds, haven't I, over there? I've got more lights than I know what to do with. So, right. I just thought I'd have a look while I'm waiting for the underseal to dry. Well, it's the end of the week.
Friday has been a bit of a non-day today. I've been and had the Kia valeted, gone up to a photo position and taken loads of photos for the advert. I've just come to drop it off at work, collect the Jag for the weekend, long weekend ahead. We've got obviously bank holiday weekend here, so we've got a few things planned. So the Jag's coming out for our daily use. So just moving the cars about now. Also, I got the tank back in the Mini, sorted all the wires out. I did notice that the pipe that came out looked a bit old here. So I couldn't obviously get a shaped one like that today. So I've got some over-braided fuel pipe of the same size. So I'll just connect that. It just goes to the line, the metal line under the floor, just into the tank. So you can see it's only a short section. So I'll get that pipe put on, and then that'll be ready to put fuel in. I've also got a satin black, because I thought I'd just try and paint the primered panels in satin black just for now, just to see how it comes out. At least, and it's sort of covered, so I'll clean all it up and do that. But that's the job for next week. So as this is Friday, I will call it a day here. I'm going to go and have a long weekend. Hopefully, I might be here Monday, but I think the wife's working Monday, in which case I might come in and tinker with the Mini. So I'll start a new video then. But as for this week, anyone who's having the full weekend, have a lovely one. And I will see you very, very soon in the next video.